Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be upgrading the audio system in my daughter's 2009 Honda Civic. The unit I'm going to upgrade it with is a car entertainment and navigation system by Dasaita. I'm also going to put a backup camera in. This will help when she's backing up. Before we get started, let me go ahead and show you what comes in the box. So this is going to be your main harness. This is going to plug right into your factory harness. This is the antenna, and there'll be a connector for this also, and then this is going to go into your multimedia player. Here's some RCAs. Now, I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to use, but they're there if you need them. And then here's some more RCAs, some subwoofer stuff, and some more speakers. If you need them, it has them. This is going to be for your Apple CarPlay. And then here's a couple more USBs. And then this is going to plug into the microphone, which the microphone is right here for making phone calls. And then your backup camera over here. Here's an extra cord. And then this is the backup camera. So it's not included in this kit, but it's definitely an extra that you'll want to get. Let's get started removing some trim panels so we can get the old stereo out and get the new multimedia player in. Now to get the kick panel off, you just reach under here. That's it. All you're doing is releasing the clips. Now there's going to be one screw right here. So let's go ahead and pull this screw out. And then from here, we can just go ahead and pull the trim panel off. Just come around, pull, pull, tug a little bit here, come around here, go ahead and loosen this and bring your steering wheel down a little bit. There it is. And then right back here, there's a connector. And let's go ahead and pull that connector out. And then we can go ahead and just put this aside also. Now we got to come over and get this trim piece off right here. And if you look underneath here, you're just going to reach right in here. There'll be a little tab. And you're going to pull this down. All right, and just put this aside, and there's going to be a couple of screws in here. All right, so the next step, let's go ahead and remove this panel. Get the trim tool up here. All right. All right, so now it's a matter of just removing the connectors. This is the airbag light. This is the hazard switch. There we go. Down here it looks like the AC control unit. And over here is the radio. is. There's a tab right at the top here. And then probably that tab maybe. Yep. So now we'll just take this over to the bench. To get the HVAC unit out, you have to get the control head off. You gotta get a screwdriver in back of it. You gotta pull these knobs off. They just pull off fairly easy. Same on this side. If it doesn't pop off, go to a different section. There it is. And then from here, let's just turn it over. And there's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go, and our control head is out. All right, here's our hazard switch, set that aside. This is what I'm taking off right here. All right, here's our airbag light, put that aside. And then we gotta do our vent. So I just finished switching over the air duct. There was just 3 screws. And then I did the same thing for the hazard switch, 2 screws. Over here is the Wi-Fi antenna. And then I've already got this connector hooked in. This is your backup camera. It says cam VIN. This is the only one I'm going to use on this harness. And don't forget to switch over these plastic clips and then these metal clips also. Here's your main harness. I already showed you how that works. This plugs into your factory wires. And then the antenna is going to plug here. And the main harness is going to plug into your unit here. Over here we have Apple CarPlay. So this purple connector is going to plug into here. And here's 2 extra USBs for charging or playing any kind of videos. And then that'll plug in here also. And then this has also got the mic for making phone calls. And then this last one, this has nothing in it that I'm going to use. So this one I'm not even going to put in the car. So here's the backup camera wire, comes up into the dash here, as well as the GPS wire over here. So the GPS comes this way and it comes into here. It comes over to here. And then if I lift up the speedometer here, so this is where the wires all come out. And then also the microphone for using the phone, that wire's here also. And then they go back into the dash and then they come over here underneath and then all the wires come out here. So here's our backup camera wire with our convenient wire. Remember when I put it in reverse, this should have power and this is what activates that backup camera. And then here's our GPS and then here's our microphone. If you made it this far in the video, please help my channel grow by subscribing to my page. Also, I'll leave a link at the end of the video and in the description on the backup camera installation. Now back to the video. So here's our factory harness, and this is the harness they give you. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in right now. So that's just going to go there. This wire, these connectors are going to go here. And then there should be an antenna wire right here. And the antenna wire is going to go here. And this one here, this is for your XM radio. So this one's not going to go anywhere. Don't bother using this one. All right, so one more thing I want to show you is the speedometer here. It's just held in by 3 screws. So there's a screw here, there's a screw down here, and then one on the other side. This cover, it just pulls out. It's just got a couple of clips. It clips inside here, and that's it here. The other thing I want to show you is this dashboard, how it goes in. So if you look here, these are kind of the alignment clips. There's one there and then one there, and then there's holes where the clips go into. And if you just take this and you stick these into the hole, bring it down, and then push it in, and everything lines up. And then from there, there's just a couple of screws. There's one here, there's one here, and then there's one on this other side. And that's it. All right, so I just want to show you that this unit isn't the perfect fit. You're going to have to make some modifications. I did contact the company and they said it'll fit, but I'm going to show you that it clearly, no matter how I do this, rubs right down there. So it goes in, but see that bending down there? So you're going to have to modify it if you want to do this. So I'm going to put the back in first. Everything looks good, and then there it is. All right, so I'm going to come over here and just push it down, and then I'm going to take a pin and mark where it's rubbing. Rubbing there. It's rubbing there. And then I'll grind a little bit of that away. All right, so I've got my mark here where it was rubbing. I've got a drill, and I'm just going to drill a little bit of the plastic off. All right, let's see how that works. All right, so I had to grind this away right here. I had to take a small little portion out of that. So be prepared. The company actually said it fits, but as you could see, it clearly didn't fit unless I ground this away. So when you buy the unit, be prepared. You're going to need to grind a little bit of this away. It's not really affecting any of the integrity, but it's just going to be a little extra work for you to grind that away. So no big deal. Let's go ahead and do another dry fit. See if it fits this time. All right, perfect. This time it fits right in there, no problem. So you're just going to have to grind a little bit away in there. All right, so I'm all set to get this in the car. I've got everything on here, the HVAC, the air conditioning duct. This harness here I won't be using. This harness here, this is the main harness. I already got this in the car. The USBs, I'm going to go install those in the car now, and then they're just going to plug into here. And then this is the Apple CarPlay. I'll put that in the car first, and then I'll plug this in here afterwards. And then this is the backup camera. It's the cam bin. I can go ahead and plug that one in right now. And then this is the Wi-Fi antenna. And there's your GPS antenna that's already in the car. Other than that, that should be it, and it's ready to go. So let's go ahead and get this in the car. So here's the USBs. There's the Apple CarPlay. This, I just drilled a hole in this plate that sets under there. And then they come out here. And then here's the mic wire. And then here's our original main harness right here, plugged in. Here's our backup camera with the convenience wire. Here's our HVAC unit, our antenna wire. So let's get everything taken care of. Right here is our mic, so we're going to plug that in first. Right here is our GPS antenna. All right, so let's get the stereo system in. Let's do the GPS antenna first. Looks good. Let's get our antenna in. Here's one of the USBs. This is the Apple CarPlay. That goes there. Here's the other USB. Looks like it goes right under it. That's good. Here's the main harness. Put that in here next. Here's the backup camera. That's the sensing wire. And the convenience wire. So the backup camera, it's going to say back, and it comes off the main harness. And then here's the video wire. The video wire was going to come off this one here, and it's going to say cam VIN. Let's go ahead and put that one in. All right, and from there, that should be it for that. Here we have our airbag light, which there's no spot for this, so it just sets back inside here, wherever you can put it. The blue one here is the hazard lights. And then the last one here is the AC control head module. It's going to go here. And for there, we just shove everything back in. Make sure nothing binds, nothing's in the way. And then when you get it close, everything's good, you just push it in. It's all good. Let's go ahead and check it. Navigation system starts up. Dasaita. Android starting. And then let's see if our backup camera works. Perfect. All right, so let's get our trim piece on. Just make sure your steering wheel's loose. And we have this connector right here we need to plug in. Let's plug that in first. That went pretty smooth. Then we got to get this in this area. We got to get our air duct lined up here. And then over here, these have to come down. Air duct in. Just line it up. Make sure everything's close. Now don't forget about this screw that goes right here. And then we just have our panel. Clips in here. Clips in here. At this point, you'll need to do some setup, but let me show you how to set up the steering wheel controls. So to set up the steering wheel controls, you just want to go to the home page. I'm going to click the home button. And then I want to go to the settings. And then from here, you want to find car, driving, navigation. And then you want to find steering wheel controls. And then, so I'm going to push the volume up button. It'll recognize that key, and then I just find the volume up and say, okay. Now I'm going to touch the volume down button, and I'm going to come over to volume down and click okay. Now I'm going to touch the mode button, and I'm going to find the mode button and click okay. Now I'm going to touch the channel up button, and now I've got to find the channel up button, and I'll click OK. And now I'm going to do the channel down button, and I got to find the channel down button, and I'm going to click OK. And then I've got to save everything and then say okay. And that's it for setting up the steering wheel controls. So my final thoughts on this stereo system, I was pretty impressed. It came with everything I needed to get the job done. Installation was easy, and I did have to make a slight modification, but it was really no big deal. The interface on this unit is really user-friendly. On the backup camera, I'm going to link that in the description, and then along with a code of how to buy this. If you use that code, that'll help out my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching it, and I'll see you in the next video.